What's up, YouTube? Robert the Monster Among Marks Drapp here. I'm back again to roll up my sleeves and try and fix the WWE. Now, today's episode is going to be a little bit off, kind of off the wall. I don't even have notes today, so to hell with it. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. We're going to be talking about pay-per-views that shock. And what I mean by that is, we have pay-per-views that have in the recent past done things that have been just, oh my god, I can't believe this is a thing that happened. Very famously, especially, take The Undertaker, for example. When the streak ended, nobody saw that coming. Daniel Bryan winning and becoming a champion in the same night by defeating, I believe it was, he won a handicap match, and WrestleMania 30 was probably about one of the last bigger shocks that ever happened. Also, you've got famously WrestleMania 34, where Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker, and The Undertaker, folded it all up, put it all in the middle of the ring, and seemed to have declared non-verbally that he was retired. Now, we all know, with the benefit of hindsight, that he didn't do that, but in the moment, it was something shocking and brought many people to tears, myself included. But that's not also... There's another kind of shock that I mean, and that is when we get a pay-per-view that we expect nothing from, that is so low on the totem pole that it doesn't really enter as something we'd wanna watch, and then it turns out to be something amazing. Now, WWE typically does shows like that in response to poor ticket sales and low interest anyway. So it is with a bit of mixed trepidation that I go with the show Stomping Grounds and why I think you should watch it. Number one, we have the Money in the Bank. That is always going to be a reason to, at least generally speaking, keep an eye on the main event scene, because you have a guy or girl waiting in the wings to cash in and turn their career fortunes around by winning a championship in probably one of the least fair fashions that could ever be handed to them. I mean, I completely get, even on a babyface level, like why you would go in and immediately cash in on somebody who's down and out on any wrestler. It's because you went through a ladder match. You went through that grueling thing and got the briefcase. You earned that right to say, no, that's mine now. Yoink. I would do it. Even as a face, I'd be like, I won the Money in the Bank. All right, well, normally, like, I could cash in tonight, but I'm also very, very sore from this match. Like, I did a lot of things that the human body doesn't like doing, so I'm just gonna wait, and I'll cash in whenever. I'll find another moment, and whenever it comes up, that's when I'll do it. However, when you have people like Brock Lesnar holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, which to me, it's like, if I saw Brock Lesnar coming at me and I was on top of that ladder, I was Mustafa Ali, I would have been. His look was genuine. Like, apparently nobody told anybody that Brock was even in the building. Like, he was going to be doing this. There was a very small number of people that knew Brock Lesnar was going to be winning the Money in the Bank, and Mustafa Ali was not one of them. personally, if it was me, I'd be like, I got my hands on the briefcase. Oh, I know what he's here for. I got it. No, I win. I win. I win. Fuck you, Lesnar. I win. Beat me up. I don't care. I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. What are you going to do? Beat that out of me? You can't take it from me. Ha! That's how you do that. I would have loved to have seen him just yank down the briefcase, clutch it to his chest, and go, ha! I win. Not you, me. And then Lesnar gets mad at him, like F5s him off the ladder. It doesn't matter. Because here's the thing. You can take it from me. You can hold it, but it's mine. No. You don't get to take that from me. And that would have made Mustafa Ali's career so much better. Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. He does not need the Money in the Bank briefcase. And hell, it could have made things interesting. You've got Brock Lesnar showing up at random moments to beat the hell out of Mustafa Ali, and Mustafa Ali is like, you're going to keep beating me? It won't matter. I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. You can't take that from me. Would have been perfect. And shocking everybody is exactly what you always want to do. And these last 2 episodes of Raw and SmackDown have been on the upper end of not terrible. But that's the thing. Vince thinks two shows can hype up a pay-per-view when they need to start building for a long time. They need to build and build and build and build and build, and then be okay. And to have Brock Lesnar just not show up because he's Brock Lesnar, and personally, if I were him, working that schedule would be dream optimal amount of money for minimal amount of work, and I really have to wonder how long they're going to string this out. And the ticket sales for Stomping Grounds, they said that apparently Fightful, I think it was Fightful.com, or somebody like that had, it was either Cage Side Seats or Pro Wrestling Sheet, one of the bigger and more reputable wrestling news sources reported that there were thousands of tickets still available for Stomping Grounds here on Sunday that hadn't been sold, that tickets were going 2 for 1, that you could buy a ticket for $20 and get 2 tickets, and that hasn't been heard of even in years by WWE. And I think that's maybe where they're losing out also, is to take a detour from pay-per-views. Maybe what they need to be doing on their pay-per-view circuit is, you can save the high cost for the big 5, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. Those 5, if you want to charge $1,000 for the good seats, fine. That makes sense. These are big events. These are legacy events. Charge that. The smaller shows, Extreme Rules, Backlash, Stomping Grounds, don't pull an AEW move where their cheap seats are $20. No seat in the house is more than $130. Do that. Make that your pricing model. And be like, no, yeah, we can afford it. We can pay our guys. We can do these things. And we can do whatever we want on the show. And when we put that down, when we put that kind of numbers out, people will be interested. So the idea that AEW is going to continue winning on the pay-per-view front as well as a lot of other fronts is very intriguing, and I can't wait to see where that goes. But WWE has the ability to shock. They have the potential to just make these events interesting. And then the word shock is one of those things, like, you get the conversation going with, oh my god, I cannot believe this happened. And then you roll into what's going to happen next. And as soon as you can answer that, you have to move forward on that vein. And here's what's even more. The WWE universe is a live audience. They are a tangible, functional, auditory in many cases, soundboard, mood board for what you should be doing with your product. And if you can find the natural things that happen, then by all means, please do it. Now, if it were me, I think the shocking thing that they should do is, in the midst of the show on Sunday, have Bray Wyatt, who was backstage on Monday night. He was supposed to come out debuting the Firefly Funhouse live, but they did another pre-recorded segment. Have him come out. Have him come out and have him put together a wonderful little promo in the ring saying, thank you for letting me in, bounce off the crowd a bit, maybe have a couple soundboard items where, based on a auditory or visual cue, certain sounds like the canned laughter, the canned cheering, the booing, the certain, like, child's TV show sound effects happen, and then Aleister Black comes out to fight Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. Perfect. Dead on. Got it. Great. I would be shocked. I would be like, wow, they finally pulled the trigger on two interesting characters. Let them run with it. Let them go with it. I can't wait to see what comes up next. And shocking your audience is not always a good thing, though. And like I said earlier, with Brock Lesnar winning the Money in the Bank, that was a bad shock. You have to know how to put it together, how it will work best in storyline, and you've got to be able to roll with the punches. If something's not working, you have to have a backup plan. If the crowd doesn't get behind it, like, you give them a couple weeks and it's like, oh man, this is not working. This is just the worst. Then don't do it. Hell, if it were me, I can already tell you how the next big shock that's coming. Brock Lesnar is going to cash in at SummerSlam and fail. Though not by being pinned, though not by submitting his opponent, I want to say he's going to try and cash in on Kofi Kingston, and he's going to get disqualified, either through his own, just brutality, or through like Kofi going, I just had this match. Hell no. fuck, if I was Kofi, take a count out loss. You know, you see they have to get him up. If you can outmaneuver Brock Lesnar, like you saw him at WrestleMania put Seth in the corner and then bull rush Rollins. Why not just, okay, you know you're in the corner, you can kind of see Brock Lesnar, you know he's over there. Get your ass the fuck out of the ring and start running through the crowd. Take the 10 count. Go as far as you can. Get your ass into the fucking concession area. What's going to happen? Brock Lesnar is going to F5 you through a table out there? Fine. Won't matter. Why? Because you got counted out. And that would be a shock. That would be a great shock. It's like, I thought they were going to let him, win. I thought they were going to let Kofi win. I thought they were going to let Brock win. But Kofi lost, and he didn't lose the title. Or Seth lost, and he lost because he busted out a chair and clocked Brock Lesnar across the face, and he didn't care. It's perfect. But the shock they're probably going to deliver to us is a bad shock, where Brock Lesnar beats Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship, and then promptly disappears until, let's see, we got SummerSlam and then Survivor Series, because he doesn't have to come back. And then we get we have the same problem we had before, where an absentee champion just makes the show poorer. But again, these are all just the rantings and ravings of a smart mark on the internet. But if you have any thoughts, please let me know. If you're watching on YouTube, you can throw them in the comments down below. If you're watching on Twitch, please give me a follow. Heck, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, share all those wonderful things. Hit the bell for the notifications. Everybody can follow me on Twitter at RobsRandomRoms, and I will see you all next time.